My name is Duduzile Mkizwe. I am the Outreach and Partnerships Manager for TikTok in Sub-Saharan Africa. My role sits within the Trust and Safety team, which is a global team which is dedicated to engaging externally, primarily with NGOs, with researchers, with experts, to gather insights on how we can effectively detect um, violating content. In this case today, we are talking about violent extremism and bad actors. We are constantly looking for ways to detect that kind of content. So we go out there, we meet experts, we meet government, we meet NGOs, and look for signals, for visuals, for speech that we are missing, that when you see content that should not be on the platform and you see it on the platform, we know that there is a leak and we must continuously improve the detection of the content. And that is why we are doing today, and that is the primary role of my team, to constantly find ways to improve our policies, which is our community guidelines, to improve our detection so that our moderation systems are effective.
Now, how much are you working with your users? You mentioned fact checkers, you mentioned a lot of organizations, but there's a risk that the users are being left out in this conversation. How much of an input do users have?
Users are not left out at all. A huge majority, I don't have the actual figure, but users report content. When they see content that is violating, they are part of making sure that our content is work. When they see something that shouldn't be on the platform, they report it. Last year, we ran campaign across several markets in SSA, just encouraging users to say, if you see something that should not be on the platform, report. And we saw a huge uptake of users, not just on any issue, from violence to misinformation to hate speech. Our users are constantly being encouraged to, even when we are not actively promoting and running campaigns, our users report content that is harmful. So they are part, and we are all equally invested in making sure that TikTok is the platform that we actually enjoy for its joy, for its inspiration, for inspiring people, for creativity.
Now, your role covers the whole of Sub-Saharan Africa.
Yes.
But which part of Africa would you say has been really challenging in terms of trying to curb this?
In terms of like different, like some of these issues are societal issues, right? TikTok as a platform sometimes reflects the society that we operate in. So different countries the content that we see tend to be reflective of the society. So for example, Sahel region, countries that have conflict, we are constantly trying to improve our policies to detect that extreme hate speech, violence content, because it is a reflection of the society. And bad actors are always going to be trying to find ways to make sure that they are not detected, which is why we are continuously trying to improve. So wherever there is violence, there is wars, it makes sense that you will see more of that content. And our job as Trust and Safety is to ensure that that content does not make its way to the platform. And people will always find ways, and which is why we have to constantly be looking for solutions, for insights. When we don't see something on the platform, sometimes it's either we are doing our job really well, but we cannot sit. We need to go and ask other people out there, what are you seeing? What are we missing? So that we continuously improve detection.
Now, in terms of local languages, what are you doing about it? Because find there's a lot of moderation for English, French, Portuguese, Arabic, perhaps Spanish, as spoken in Equatorial Guinea. But in terms of African languages, what exactly are you doing? Because it seems like it's going under the radar, and much of the misinformation, disinformation, hate speech are actually done in African languages because they know they are less moderated.
So if you look at our transparency reports, you will see that a huge chunk of the content, and because of the volumes, no matter which country globally, is taken down by AI. Our human moderators mostly focus on nuance, cultural understanding developing situations. That's when we come and we train our large language models to understand diverse languages. But we also work with external organizations, with consultants, we just commissioned a report in Nigeria where we are looking even for the minority languages to say which languages are the bad actors using, understanding what are those ways that they are using, so that we are continuously improving the systems. We work with such diverse, like it's not just the moderators that are part of the moderation, it's our AI, it's our experts, it's our NGOs, it's our safety advisory councils that constantly input. So there is no language that we do not, you say this content is on the platform because TikTok. Yes, we do have leakages, but as soon as we identify it, we take it down no matter what language it is in.
Foreign influence in spreading disinformation on your platform.
Yes.
What are you doing about it?
So we actually have dedicated team that look to investigate covert influence. If you go to our transparency page, you will see we actually publish numbers on how much covert influence we disrupted. These are the networks of like dedicated disinformation campaigns. And you can understand this is not something that maybe it requires investigation, sometimes long term, to understand the patterns and what it means. But we have a dedicated team, and we publish reports specifically on that issue to say we have dedicated teams, they investigate, and when we disrupt disinformation campaign, covert influence, we actually publish it in our transparency report.
So in terms of partnership with other big tech companies, because TikTok is doing its own, yes, Facebook is going to be doing its own and all that, but there has to be some kind of cohesiveness, right? If we're going to get this right, is Africa generally. We
actually are part of various, especially in particular when it comes to violent behaviors and dangerous actors, which where terrorism falls under. We are part of GIFTS, Global Counterterrorism. There you will find other organizations like Meta, Amazon, Google. We all sit together and discuss solutions together under one umbrella. So for us, we are proud to be member of those global organizations where we all sit together and try to find a common solution, because these challenges cannot be left unchallenged. And it's important that we share information to protect our users.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.